Hey, how's it going? My name is Stearns. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my big 3 takeaways from this book right here, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That's one of my all-time favorite books, and I'm super excited to be finally making this video for you guys. So I decided to kick off this channel with a theme called Paradigm Shift. It's basically where I break down my top favorite personal development books of all time into 3 big ideas to help bring more value to you guys so we can learn, grow, and evolve together. So this is how the video is going to work. I'm going to be sharing the top 3 ideas first, followed by 3 powerful questions so you can make those ideas more practical and implement them into your lives. And then finally, I'm going to be giving the goods and the bads about this book. So stay tuned to the end. So the first mind-shifting point I want to share with you right now is this. The poor and middle class work for money while the rich have money work for them. I remember when I read this in the book, completely blew my mind at the time, thinking like, how is it even possible to have money work for you? Is that even an option in life? He goes on to explain how they do that, which is basically through investing, buying assets, and building businesses. The problem with society these days is that it teaches us one way of making money, which is trading our time for money, aka finding a job, right? And we have become so accustomed to just focus on finding jobs that just bring comfort in our lives instead of taking chances and starting businesses, because entrepreneurship was never taught in school. So it's a crazy, far-fetched idea that we would take some kind of risk like that, right? So this book completely showed how entrepreneurship is the way if you want to get rich. So the rich don't trade their time for money. Instead, the rich trade their money for time. And that works through investing, right? That works through building businesses, through building systems that will generate the money without them even being there. What Robert Kiyosaki calls the idea of trading your time for money is the rat race, right? And this is what basically all of society is stuck in, is a rat race, basically a hamster wheel, like running and not actually getting anywhere. And he shows you how to break free from that hamster wheel, from that rat race, through investing, right? That through actually building financial freedom by buying enough assets to generate enough passive income, right? So that's how you make money work for you, and not following the rat race, but learning how to trade your money to buy you more time so you could spend your time doing what you love with your family. Right. So point number 2 that I want to share with you is this. The rich focus on their assets while the poor and middle class focus on their income. So in this chapter, this point, he shares that exactly what the difference between an asset and a liability is, which is very key to understand this point, right? So assets traditionally have been told to us as a society that our house is an asset, our car is an asset, anything that we have that you could sell, right, to make some money, they consider it to be an asset. But Robert explains that your house is not an asset, your car is not an asset, and not just anything is an asset. So he explains that an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, while a liability is something that takes money from your pockets, right? It's very simple and easy to understand in that way. So don't call your house an asset unless you're renting out your house and making money from it each week. Then it becomes an asset that way, right? Without doing that, it is taking money from your pocket. So it is a liability. The rich focus on buying more assets, right? As many assets as they can, whether it be through real estate, starting businesses, buying commodities like silver, gold, oil, things like this that are going to generate them monthly income passively, right? That is an asset, a true asset. Other examples are stocks, bonds, real estates, royalties of intellectual property as well, like books, businesses, music royalties, anything of real value that appreciates over time or produces some kind of income for you and has a ready market for it, right? So those are true assets. The rich focus on saving their money up to purchase more assets, while the poor save their money up to purchase liabilities. Try this one. Oh, hey, how's it going? Just putting a few last minute touches up on for this video. Not really super happy with the way it's coming out so far, but if you are enjoying it, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up and also comment below anything that's standing out to you. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, also remember to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell so you get notified anytime I release another awesome video. All right, let's get back to the content. The final point I want to share with you is this. The poor and middle class think job security is everything, while the rich think learning is everything. And this point in the book, Robert talks about how he encourages everybody that he mentors to seek work to learn, not to earn, right? Most poor people, middle-class people seek work to earn and have a comfortable lifestyle, right? But the rich know that this job is temporary. Whatever they're doing is beneficial to a certain skill that they need to develop in order to become that businessman, the investor that they desire to be, right? Or the leader that they desire to be, right? So in this book, Robert shares kind of his journey of how he put this principle into practice in his life, right? And he shares with us how he first started out as a ship's officer, and in that work that he was doing, he learned international trade, right? He didn't want to be a ship's officer forever. Instead, he was like focusing on a specific skill that he wanted to learn so it could help him in the next endeavor that he starts. After that, he became a Marine, which taught him how to be a leader, right? How to lead people, how to gain people's trust. After that, he went to the Xerox company, where he became one of the greatest salesmen in the company. I believe the #1 salesman in the company at that time. And he learned the skill of sales in that job. So all of these skills that he learned, being a ship's officer, Marine, and sales leader at Xerox, they all ended up helping him launch his first very successful business, which was the Velcro wallet business. And it was a huge success because he had understood international trade, leadership, and sales from his previous experience in life, right? So rich people do not focus on finding a job just to earn an income, right? Instead, they focus on what can they learn from a specific job that they want. They're very intentional about choosing a job to learn something. Most people, though, in today's world, they want a safe, secure job with great benefits, with good pay. They only focus on the short term in life, right? Instead, rich people have a long-term focus, right? They're focused on what you can do now to benefit you long-term, not just what you could do now to benefit you now. This ultimately is going to allow you to live life on your own terms. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be have a great job somewhere, you will develop all these skills on the way to choosing the job you want to work at for the rest of your life, or the business you want to build, or the investments that you want to make. So here are 3 questions that you can ask yourself right now so you can start to apply these principles that I just shared with you to your life. So question number 1 is this: how can you learn to think for yourself so you can find and create opportunities and no longer be controlled by fear or greed? Question number 2, what kind of assets would you like to learn about investing in so you can start to build passive income and become more financially secure? Question number 3, what essential skills do you need to learn so you can challenge your potential and live life on your own terms? All right, guys, so I would like to wrap this video up by sharing with you guys my personal opinion on the book, the goods and the bad. When I started my personal development journey 8 years ago, this was the first book that I had ever read in my life from cover to cover. And this book completely changed the way I thought about life. It gave me hope for life. At this time, I had just dropped out of university for the second time, gave up on my dream of being a professional American football player, and I felt like I had no hope in life. Long story short, joined an MLM company, got referred to this book, and then read it, and it just blew my mind. And I became an entrepreneur at that moment. So I absolutely love this book. I believe this book is more of a mindset book than it is a practical investing, how to get rich, tips and tricks type of thing, right? It's just showing you what the rich people think and how they think differently about money, and the poor middle class and how they think a specific way about money. But there's one thing that I didn't really like about this book, and it is how impractical the book is. It shows you all these concepts of the rich investing in assets and purchasing houses and all that, but it takes a lot of money to actually get this concept going, right? It takes a lot of money to start a business. It takes not just anybody can do this, right? Only the specific called people can actually put these things to work. I mean, it's up for everyone. Everyone can do it, but if it's not your personality, it's going to be even more difficult for you to do this. There's a big gap between investing in your first house and like where you are now, right? Especially if you don't have money saved up, if you have a lot of debt, it's very impractical, this book, to getting started. But that would be my only bad review on this book. And then he goes on to write other books that are more practical in investing, and he has other mentors that work in his community that write books on real estate investing and tips and tricks and all that stuff, and raising capital. And so, yeah, I would definitely encourage you guys to go follow the Rich Dad Radio channel, where he's constantly still talking about these principles. If you guys are interested in reading this book, you guys can click the link in the description of this video to support this channel by purchasing it from my personal affiliate link on Amazon. I'd really appreciate that. If this video was a blessing to you in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. God bless.